Boom. Okay, so this is Digital Media Technologies. There's a PowerPoint with iCEV, and I'm going to run through some stuff here. So we're looking at 10 facts that the students are going to be working on this week for this. And what we see is digital media technologies. So we got cameras here. I think this is a flash. This is a lens. This is a computer. I believe this is, it's either Final Cut or Adobe Premiere. I'm not sure which one. So this is showing a presentation here, right? And this right here is a camera sitting on a tripod. You could run camera for any of our athletic events. We have cameras just like that. So the goal of this PowerPoint is to understand what it is, what its uses are. Y'all are doing this on your cell phones anyway, right? So the punchline with a lot of this stuff is going to be you can do this on your cell phone. So principles of digital media starts off with the basics here. So here's some examples, right? Social media, websites, photography. Podcasts are still a thing. I was surprised that students actually still listen to podcasts and produce audio. So I talked about Audacity in this in D221 that y'all can use on the Windows computers that are here. So it's used in nearly every industry, so YouTube, video, there's Microsoft PowerPoint. You can do a narrated PowerPoint. Basically, I'm narrating a PowerPoint right here, right now to clone myself, to duplicate myself, so I don't have to keep speaking to classes face-to-face after I record this. So you must have the following skills. So communication, so some people are communication, public relations specialists. Teamwork's a good thing. Collaborating with those around you, right? Showing some professionalism. And then also being organized. So this shows a group of people working here. So digital media professionals do things like web design. People get paid for that. Graphic design, people get paid for that. Audio, running sound, you get paid for that. App development, make an app, right? And then also photography. All different ways to make money. So digital media technology concepts, user interfaces, like UX is a thing. So you can get on LinkedIn and reach out to some people who actually are in user design, UX. I guess it's user design or user interface. Let me keep going here. So different programs, there's different equipment that people use to do digital media. And then here's some principles of projects. So a lot of times when working on a project, you're either in the planning phase or you're in the doing phase. So planning or doing, right? So planning is putting together what you're gonna do, and then when you actually flip over to doing, you're actually flipping over to doing. Communicating over electronic systems could be email. So lots of times students may have emails in their inbox that they have not read. They could have multiple email accounts. But I think 15 years ago, University of Texas moved to email as an official form of communication. So if they send you an email on something, they've told you. You won't receive a letter for it. So you won't receive a letter in the mail if they've already sent something via email. So this right here makes it easy to send documents or attachments right here. So that's a little bit more about email and using email. Video conferencing is kind of like what y'all are using with FaceTime and things like that. So I think that's another way to have conversations with people. So this is another thing about video conferencing right there. Collaborative workspaces, a lot of stuff that we use is in Google Drive, so that's something that's pretty important, and for collaboration, so here's a couple different ones. So Slack is another one of them right there. So project management software, this is how basically you look at different parts of a project and when those parts are due and how to stay on track. So you can create, you can edit, you can store. That's different things that digital technology will do for you. You want to bring files onto your computer. It's important to have all your media that you need on your computer so you can start putting it together and assembling it in a way that somebody else will find useful, right? So importing files right here talks about it again. So USB, Universal Serial Bus, is something that's pretty popular. So editing files, lots of times you do color correction on things. You want to be proofreading. So I have a student who wrote something about Austin Film Festival. I printed it, and then somebody else proofread it, and then that student went in and made the corrections to the file. So then here it talks about editing files right here. So you can see a couple different things, like a proof sheet right here, and then this looks like it's Photoshop is what these guys have running right here. So saving files, it talks about saving files, backing stuff up. I encourage my students in audio video production to have a thumb drive. You want to name files. Typically, I use like the date, like I made something, is typically what I use in file names. So that's something that's pretty groovy. Different types of documents here. It's talking about who created something, whatever. docx. So that's going to be a Word file. So where you store stuff. So stuff in the cloud. Local storage is going to be a computer or a hard drive or a thumb drive. Cloud storage is what a lot of people use on their phones. If their phone gets lost or damaged, then they'll actually be able to back it up. So local is going to be something attached. So like these computers that we have in the lab, this laptop that I'm working from right now has local storage. This talks about backups, which is great. So you don't lose your work. Who likes to lose their work? Yeah, nobody, right? Exporting files. People don't use CDs much anymore. Flash drive is also a thumb drive. You can also put something on a website. You can print a hard copy of it. So there's multiple forms of technology there. This has been Mr. Getz in a flipped classroom video covering a PowerPoint. I'm really interested to hear kind of what your feedback is on how this microphone works when there's a lot of background noise in the classroom. Have a great day.